Today we're going to be looking at a yarn haul. Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel Kazzalistic, and hi to my new subscribers, thank you for joining me. So today we're going to be looking at a yarn haul. This yarn has actually been donated to me by one of my mum's neighbours. I've actually known her for pretty much all my life. They moved in next door to my grandmother when I was very, very young. I was at primary school, so I think I was probably something like 5 or 6. My mum now lives in my nana's old property, and that property has been in my life my entire life, so there's always been a connection there for me. Anyway, she lives next door, so I've known her probably for, well, between 35 and 40 years, basically. Yeah, she's really lovely. She's recently widowed this year, unfortunately. So she's been clearing things out. She's been doing it a little bit while her husband was unwell. He had cancer. But she's been clearing out stuff since. So she quite often gives me her old things like knitting magazines when she's finished with them and stuff, because she knows that I do this channel, and obviously that I have an interest in knitting and crochet. So she also gives me, because she's a knitter, any yarns that she's not using, she passes on to me. Sometimes they're full balls, sometimes they're part balls, or things that she's frogged back and just rewound. So there's a bit of a mixture. Some things have got labels, some haven't, but I thought you'd be interested to see them all. I think these are 3 different donations here, and I've culminated them all into one. So the first ball of yarn is this old big one, huge ball. It's called Betty Smith's Original Aran for that special knitting experience, it says. So there's the label there. So obviously it's an Aran weight yarn, which I think is the equivalent of a number 4 worsted in the US, I think, if I've got that right. It's a 300 gram ball. It's 100% acrylic. And it doesn't have yardage on it, but the shade is 024. So right there. There we go. So it's a nice soft acrylic, absolutely enormous ball, so I'm going to be able to do a lot with that. The next one is one that doesn't have a label. As you can see, it's this lovely kind of grassy green. It's got a really nice tone to it. It's very slightly brighter in life than it's coming up on camera, or certainly on my camera screen anyway. It feels like chenille, so I'm guessing that's what it is. But I don't have a label for this, unfortunately, but I thought you'd like to see it anyway. So, but it's lovely and soft. I'm thinking that might make a nice ami or something. The next one, again, doesn't have a label, unfortunately. She's given me a cone. This one's quite interesting because it's got all different colours. I think it's a natural fibre, because I don't know if you can see how well that's coming out on camera there, but there's lots of fibres coming off, so I'm going to be a little bit careful because I could set my allergy off. But there's all different colours, so you've got pinks and lilacs, blacks, sort of orangey yellows, and some of the thread has got this sort of twist in it as well with the colours as well. So it's really, really lovely, but it's nice and soft. I think it's a natural fibre. I'm not sure if it's mohair or something, but it sheds, so I'm guessing it's something along those lines. The next ball, I've actually got 3 of these. So 3 of them. And it's Sirdar Snuggly, and it's called Lustra DK. It's basically pale pink with a very slight sort of twist of a shimmer through it. I think that's coming up on camera. There we go, it's coming up fairly well actually. It's a 50 gram ball. It doesn't even say, oh yes it does. 45% nylon, 36% acrylic. It doesn't have a specific shade code, so I'm guessing one of these numbers must be the shade code. I'm guessing by the look of the ball band that these might be slightly older yarns, but I could be wrong. Okay, next one, I'm trying to decide what to do next. Now this one I need to double check because I think I might actually have one like this already. So this is another cone. It's a very fine, I don't know if this is a 2-ply or not, maybe Jan will be able to fill me in a bit more, but it's very, very, that's why I'm trying to fit it between my knees so you can see, and it's got these little loops on them, but it's a very, very fine thread. I'm sort of in a burgundy sort of browny colour, so I'm not actually sure. It doesn't say anything inside the cone of what that is. It feels like it's quite rough, so it doesn't feel like acrylic, but it doesn't feel like sort of, you know, mohair or anything, so I'm not quite sure what that might be. Now I have a charity shop haul that I still have to show on camera, which actually I did a year ago, but I've just had so much to show I haven't had a chance to show it yet. It's still bagged up ready to go. And I picked up a cone, and I'm pretty sure that it's identical to this one, so I've actually got to go through the bag and check, in which case I'll have 2 of these, so I'll be able to make something quite pretty, I think, if it does actually match. So that's rather ironic. I wonder if she got it from the same charity shop. Okay, next one is Hobby Knit Aran. It's 100% acrylics. It's a nice dark colour. It's a 200-gram ball, and the shade is 209, and it doesn't have yardage on it. So Hobby Knit Aran for those of you in the UK, and shade 209. It's a lovely rich blue, sort of between a royal blue and navy. It's a really lovely colour. So I've got 2 really big acrylics, which is always handy to have. Then I've got some oddments. This is a black with sparkle through it. It feels like acrylic. I would take a guess and probably say this might be one of the ones from Poundland. Those of us in the UK, you can get 3 of 300-gram balls for, I think it's £2. Are they 100 grams? I can't remember. I think they're 100 grams. Somebody correct me if it's not. So I would say that's probably one of the Poundland ones, but I could be wrong. But I'm just sort of guessing here. It's got a nice sparkle to it. I've then got another one which feels like an acrylic. No idea what brand, unfortunately. It's sort of a teal colour. But teal's always a handy colour to have. It's not something I have very much of, unfortunately. So they're both part balls. And then I've got, this little bit made me laugh. So I'm hoping that the tag, it's sort of attached to it. So I'm hoping that this is actually what goes with this. I've never actually seen this before, but it's like little bits of ribbon coming off it with yellow, pink, blue and black. Oh, there is some green further down. See that? There's some green in there. There's a green bit there, go look. So it's just one long little bit. So I mean, it's attached to this label, so I'm hoping this is the label that it's relevant to. If it is, it's Serdar Fizz Fashion Knitting. 50-gram ball, which is 82 yards, 75 metres, 72% nylon, 19% acrylic and 9% polyester. So Serdar Fizz Fashion Knitting, and and the colour is 0803 Gemstone. Camera's having trouble picking that up. I do apologise, but it's 0803 and it's called Gemstone. So I've got that little bit, but that's you know, good for putting trims on things and stuff, isn't it? Sometimes you want something, jazz something up, so that will be handy to have. And I think the rest of the balls I've got, none of them have got ball bands from here on in, so sorry about that. I've actually got a couple of cones of this. I've got this one, sorry for the rustling, I should check it out of the bag, and this one. They feel the same to me, they look the same. One cone's slightly bigger than the others. Now this one actually does have inside, yes, so they must be the same. Just double checks. So I'm just reading from the inside of the cone. So these are 4-ply. They are 77% mohair, 23% polyester. Shade is 1276. They are 350-gram cones, well, this one's obviously got less on it. You can see there's a lot less on that one than that one. But this is definitely, you can tell there's mohair in it. You've still got all the fibres. I don't know if the camera will pick it up, but there's fibres coming off it. It's making me feel a bit achoo. Feels lovely, but unfortunately, because these things shed everywhere. I've also got a cake. I'm guessing this is either 2 or 4 ply again, natural fibres. Tiny little loops coming off them. I think you can just about see that. So this is done in a cake. I would say this is mohair. Whether it's mixed with anything, I don't know. But similar colour. It's very slightly darker than that one, but not far off. So I could probably work the two together. Then I have, it's obviously where she's frogged a project. So I've got 3 balls, literally in balls, of this. Again, it feels like some kind of natural fibre. Not quite as soft as the mohair one, but this has kind of got 2 strands. They're not quite twisted around each other. I don't know if the camera's going to focus. There we go. So you've got the little loops again, but there's another lighter strand alongside of it. So again, you know, I possibly could work those together. So I've got 3 of those. Then I have a ball and some straggly bits of a silver with what I'm presuming is lurex through it. I would definitely say that this is probably one from Poundland, certainly shiny enough. I'd say that with almost certainty. I think it's called silver from Poundland, but I could be wrong. So it's a nice sort of silvery grey colour. So I've got just over a ball of that. And then last but not least, oh no, there's 2 more things to show you. It's in a little bag, so I've got, just because there's lots of little bits, hang on, I'm just trying to, I've got all this, it's all kind of a, you know, higgledy-piggledy, so I need to cake that up properly. I would say this is polyester blend of, not polyester, sorry, polyester on the brain, acrylic blend of some sort, but it has, oh, you can see it better like that. Lots of different colours, so there's sort of a turquoise, sort of a rose pink, there's orange and white, sort of on a grey background, all sort of twisted round. Get my face out of the way and then you can see better. So I've got quite a few of those, so that I think that might make a pretty hat or something. And then last but not least, I have this big long thing that I've got to unravel. So this is sort of one of the feather type yarns. It's got the feathering on both sides, and it's basically dark grey, light grey and white. So it's coming up a little bit darker. It looks almost black on my camera, but it actually is very dark grey. So I've got that as well. So that's it for the yarn haul. Short but sweet, but I thought you might be interested to see it because you know, you get things from other people, and it's, you know, people often, we all like different things, don't we? So yeah, I thought the cones were quite interesting. It's a shame that these 2 didn't actually have the content inside of them. Really strange, because I'm pretty sure that I've got that identical cone, so I'll have to do some digging and find out. And if I manage to find the other one, I'll put a picture of both of them up on my Facebook group if I remember to do it. So that's it for the yarn haul. I hope you enjoyed that, and hope that's shown you some different yarns at least that you might not have come across, certainly the ones with the labels anyway. We tend to get cones around the area I live. I live in Suffolk in the UK, and a lot of the local charity shops are quite expensive, some of them, but you can pick up cones for around about £3 or £4, depending on which charity shop, because some charity shops are a bit like Jan's in Manchester, where they're extortionately expensive, and they used to be really, really cheap around here 20 years ago, but unfortunately we have a lot of Londoners buying second homes, and very well-off people from Newmarket, which is a nearby town where a lot of the race horses and stuff are, so you have a lot of very well-off people buying second homes here too. So charity shops and things have got more expensive for those of us that actually grew up here and actually don't have a lot of money. But hey ho, that's the way of the world, isn't it? So I hope you enjoyed that. I will show my charity shop haul at some point, probably fairly soon, just so I can get it packed away, because it's been sitting in a bag waiting to show you. But I've had so many of you that have been so generous with yarn that obviously I've had lots to show, which is obviously good, and benefits me, benefits charities that obviously I send stuff off to, and obviously benefits you guys because you get to watch lots of yummy yarn. So I hope you enjoyed that. Life update. Well, yeah, yesterday, I'm trying to think what I've been doing since I last recorded. Yesterday, so I'm recording this on Tuesday, yesterday, which was Monday morning, my friend's dad came over to my mum's and helped us fell 2 trees. They were conifer trees, so they got very, very tall and basically unmanageable. They were higher than my mum's home and needed pulling down, and they're on a boundary where one of our next door neighbours has a greenhouse, and if there'd been high winds and it had come down and gone the wrong way, could have caused a lot of aggravation. So we've chopped them down. It just means that that's one less thing I have to help Mum manage as well. So it was really hard work, because obviously it's getting them down and then chopping them up, and then we took them to the local refuge centre. And unfortunately, the dumpsters that you put all the garden waste in, you have to go upstairs, so it's up and down, up and down, up and down. My mum has a really long garden as well, so we've done a lot of walking, just putting the stuff into the trailer. So I've been doing that, so I'm a little bit sore and achy. I've got muscles in me, particularly in my arms and stuff, that I didn't know that I had. So I'm a little bit sore. Trying to think, I just got lots of appointments this week. For both my friend and for me, so I'm literally going to be out every day this week apart from Friday. Yeah, so it's just, I'll update you more about what's gone on when we get to the next video, rather than getting ahead of myself. So so I've been doing that, and other than that, it's just been normal caring role and chores, etc. Yeah, so just want to say thank you to Zoe, who is 24 Carat Crochet here on YouTube. She was really pleased with the review I did on her Scuddy, and she's even shared that on her personal Facebook. So just want to say thanks, Zoe, and I'm really glad that you enjoyed the video and that you were happy with it. Yeah, so lots going on sort of on Facebook and stuff. There have been a lot of you been adding me as a personal friend. Just remember, if you do add me, if I don't have any mutual sort of contacts from other YouTubers and that, I won't necessarily know that you're a subscriber. You're just a complete stranger, some of you, because if you don't comment in the comments section, or if you're not in the Facebook group in particular, don't always know who you are, and everyone has different usernames and things. So, just be sure, if you do choose to add me, that's fine, but just send me a message just to say that you are a subscriber, so that I don't, you know, I don't think you're some random person, because I've had a lot of strange men requesting me on Facebook that I don't know whether they're viewers or not, and there's nothing to indicate that they're in our creative community, so I'm having to be a little bit careful. So just remember, if you do choose to add me on Facebook, that's fine, but just please message me just to let me know who you are. Something else that I do want to address, I had a couple of complaints on my channel in the comments, which is fine. I do prefer it if it's constructive criticism. I won't tolerate people that are just being nasty for nasty's sake. So one person said I talk too much. Well, my only response to that is, very sorry, but this would make a pretty boring video if I was sat here just not talking. That's what vlogs are meant to be, particularly crocheting creative ones. I'm not the only one on here. So I have deleted that comment because I just don't want negativity in my life. I do suffer from depression, anxiety, as a lot of you know, so I like to try and keep my life as positive and upbeat as possible in order to keep myself well, so I'm not going to allow others to drag me down. The other one was a complaint that I'm not doing tutorials, particularly on the Down the Rabbit Hole shawl. I will categorically say I will not be doing tutorials for anything that is not my own designs. I may do if I do any further designs, so for instance I may do a tutorial on the cushion that I designed. I've not got any plans to do that in the imminent future, just because of time constraints and practicalities with my home situation. But I'm not planning to do other designers' designs, so I'm not going to encroach on other people's territory. That's up to them to do it, particularly when there are other YouTubers such as Erin, who is quite capable of doing her own tutorials should she choose to, and rightly so. There are copyright issues if you are to do tutorials. I have to be careful even with copyright of how much I give away with patterns as well. So please be aware that I cannot do things because there are copyright restrictions both on patterns and you know, on YouTube itself, and there's only certain things that you can and can't do, and I don't want to put my channel in jeopardy for that. Also, I just don't have the time to do tutorials. They take hours and hours to record and hours to edit, and I don't have that kind of time. I have just enough time to do these short little videos and get them up twice a week, and of course I'm making stuff in between, and that basically takes up my entire free time. So I have replied to the lady that said that, and I have explained all that, and she's come back and she's thanked me and she now understands it, and actually has said that she is planning to do a crochet vlog herself. So if you're watching, I wish you the best of luck with your channel. So it's just to be clear that I know most of you are probably aware, but I am going to stick as a crochet vlog channel. I'm here to kind of give you inspirations, let you know about any charities that I find out about, you know, so forth and so on. Also, I just want to address about the Parsons Green bomb that's gone off on the underground tube station. Well, it's actually overground station that it went off at. The bomb didn't diffuse properly. Now, a lot of you will know that I was involved with a Heart for London campaign. We do have a lady in the group that actually lives in Parsons Green that has come forward. There is a girls' school that is directly opposite the tube station. So if you want to be part of that, I will put the link for the Heart to London group. There is a pinned post that I've pinned to the top of the group so that you can find the post. The lady's name is Tammy that is organising it, and basically the plan is some hearts will go off directly to the school for all the girls to show them that, you know, there are people that choose love over hate, and then some will go to the train station, but of course permission has got to be obtained because obviously it's a highly sensitive area at the moment. So if you're interested in obviously reaching out, like we know many of us have done before, A Heart for London is up and running again, and Tammy will be running that campaign. There is an address on the group, but I'm not going to give it out over camera, so I will put the link for the group, so if you're not already a member, you'll be able to find it. So that's obviously something really important, and I don't, you know, you all know I don't condone violence. I do believe that love will always overcome hatred, and also from a personal note for me, I won't tolerate being bullied. I won't tolerate trolls on my channel. So please, if you have something, a criticism, please just do it in a positive manner. So that's something that I can address, you know, not just saying, well, you talk too much. Well, I can't sit here in silence. And I want to just say thank you to those of you that are on my personal Facebook, because I did put a status up because I was a little bit upset, and those of you that are on my personal Facebook, I just want to say thank you so much, guys, for your support. It shocked me back into myself, and you know, because I was actually thinking about stopping my channel at one point. Negative thoughts, it's part of depression, unfortunately. So it kind of clicked me back into the right frame of mind. So I've sorted myself out, given myself a talking to, and I started this channel to inspire other people and to make friends first and foremost. So, and you are, all of you that watch me, you are all my friends, whether I know you personally or not. You still know me, so you're still my friends. So yeah, I think that's enough gabbling for one day. So the next video I'm hoping will still be the hedgehog that I mentioned last time I recorded. I completed the hedgehog. I put the eyes in the wrong place and I couldn't get the eyes out. So I've kind of finished the hedgehog, but it doesn't look right. So I've started the second one because there was actually enough yarn from the kit left over to do another one. So what I'm hoping to do is finish the second one, and then I can show you the one I messed up and the one that I've got right, hopefully. And by doing that, then you can see that even those of us that do a lot of amigurumis and are perhaps a little bit more experienced than a beginner can see that even us more experienced ones still get it wrong from time to time, and I'm not ashamed to admit that. So I'm hoping that I'll get that done by the weekend. Like I said, I've got lots of appointments, so it's just going to be a bit touch and go whether I actually get it done in time. So I'm hoping I will, but just watch this space basically. And after that, I've no idea what I'm going to do. I'm scrambling a bit at the minute. There's so much going on. There's lots of chores to be done at my mum's, so I'm sort of trying to, we've got lots of different things going on in my life that I'm not talking about on camera. I will do it at some point, but at the moment I just need to focus on the things that need to be done, and when I've got a bit more time to breathe, then I can talk about them on camera. So that's it for today. I hope you're all well wherever you are. I hear there's another hurricane that's emerging, so if you are in the path of it, please stay safe. I don't know what else to say really, because it's so outside of my personal experience. We get the tail end of hurricanes here, and it's basically just high winds, so I don't really know what it's like to live through. But if you are in the path of a hurricane, please do stay safe. Stay safe. Put my teeth in. And my camera cut me off. Must have just timed it out. It was a little bit shorter than normal, so so as I was saying, I'd love to know what you're working on. I do love hearing what you guys are working on, what's inspiring you at the minute. Are you working on Christmas presents? I haven't started mine yet. I think it's going to be a last minute scramble this year, which is not good. Yeah, so that's it. I'm going to end it here before the camera cuts me off again. So until next time, remember to stay well, happy crafting, and until next time, remember to stay true to yourself. Bye.